coming back to, the fact that yes, you are a startup, even though you're about to change the world of banking, I suppose for our startup listeners today, what can you tell us about the biggest challenges of running a startup and getting to that go-to-market phase?
The biggest challenges is, I guess it's kind of, what does it mean to be, I guess, an entrepreneur as well, to a certain extent. I mean, I guess some of the biggest challenges are you've got to be adaptable, self-belief. In fact, I would probably say the key word is courage.
Courage.
You've got to be, because we're not being paid at the moment, so you've got to believe in what you're doing. You've got to take a risk. There's no space really for egos. 1 minute you'll be making the tea for one, the other minute you'll be sitting in front of an investor. I'd say probably the biggest challenges are probably funding.
Yeah.
A lot of the other things you can do, you can probably control to a certain extent. Funding you can't, and you've got to spend a huge amount of time. And you've got to kiss a lot of frogs to find the right investors. So I'd say that's probably one of the hardest challenges. And you can't just give up after a couple of weeks of trying to find funding. I mean, I've heard of neobanks taking years to find funding. So it's a lot of self-belief, a lot of courage. You've got to be adaptable in terms of 1 minute you might be doing one job in terms of, working out the forecasting for the financials, and then the next minute you might be writing policy documents on training for staff. So you've just got to be very adaptable.
Multiple hats.
Yeah, and you've got to be engaging, I think, with individuals, with the market, bringing the market along the journey with you. And I think particularly with COVID, that has had an effect on funding. So I'd say that's probably one of the biggest challenges actually, is funding. And I mean, even going back to Zinja, one of the reasons why they've collapsed is because they couldn't get their funding through due to COVID.
Yeah. Okay. No, I 100% agree with you. I think your mindset, your courage, your passion for what you're doing is definitely going to keep you in there for the long game. And that's kind of what you need. You need to go through that process in order to find success. I think not many actually, but I do come across the occasional startups where they're thinking, I'm just going to build this product because I've seen a gap in the market, but they don't actually do the work on talking to the customers, to seeing how can I build this so that it's customer centric and customers love it. And also I think, when it comes to investing, I definitely hear that as a challenge a lot amongst a lot of them. They don't know how to go about it. I think the biggest issue is their pitch as well. They're not very aware of how to pitch their products. I mean, it's all in their heads, and in their heads it sounds great, but then kind of pitching it is definitely a challenge.
Oh yeah, and I think you've got to listen to feedback as well, but also the difficulty is, it's a balance. It comes with experience. You've got to listen to feedback, but having said that, you put a pitch deck together and you share it in front of 100 people, you'll get 100 different reactions to it.
Yeah.
So I've seen. I'm on the board of. I've been on the board of Roehampton University in London, helped build their business school. I'm currently an executive advisor at QUT, and also expert in residence at Griffith. And I see a lot of pitches, and I see a lot of business plans and IMs and other bits and pieces. So it's you've got to listen to it and find out. I guess you've got to weight the level of what they're telling you as being something that you might want to adjust. So if you landed up adjusting your pitches and your IMs and everything else to every single reaction, the IM and the pitch would probably go on for about 3 days. So you have to kind of be quite selective, but at the same time, you can't be arrogant to think, I've got it right, that's it, I'm not listening.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of a balance on that.
Okay. No, wonderful points for startup founders to keep in mind.